Now, as truth has things, if one day I might represent in a set of sentimental philosophy, back in February of 2024, it was on the 24th of February of 2024, yes, I think that was when it was, around about that time, yes, I visited Shoreham, or I took a paid visit to Shoreham and going out one day and going off onto the bus going to Shoreham in West Sussex, within the South Downs region of the West Sussex County, that is. It was an enjoyable time. I didn't go to stay far too long in Shoreham because it was a painfully frozen cold day when I went. So I had to balance things out. But why I'm doing this very representation video is because it will feature some photographed pictures I personally shot of Shoreham in West Sussex in the South Downs of the West Sussex County. You know, which may captivate the interests of some people, but not all. I would understand why. But when I was in Shoreham, I shot a video taking a walk in Shoreham. And there are some houseboats in Shoreham, and one of the houseboats, which was a former minesweeper, I think it was, it captivated distinctly the interest of my friend Graham when he caught sight of it in my video. And I never knew that was a German minesweeper boat until Graham spoke openly about it to me. A minesweeper boat, formerly owned by one of those, I think it was a German destroyer, I don't know in complete detail. He'll be able to tell me, or tell oneself if they're wanting to know this in full depth of information. Just to say. And I was astonished, yet extremely deeply interested. When I first learned this from Graham, I was like, oh my goodness, how fascinating. When I heard this, I didn't just do the walk and take a look at the houseboat or houseboat observations when I went to Shoreham. I also took a video inside and out of the church, the very church in Shoreham. And that really did captivate my interest. I mean, all churches captivate my interest because the inside, you walk inside one and there's so much history it represents when one's walked in it. So much history to the point where this history, it needs to last forever. Even though things don't last forever in regard to various other things in various bits and pieces, but this type of church history, Church of England history, is deeply valuable, beyond greatly, deeply valuable. It's a very wonderful, pretty little heritage town, Shoreham is. Shoreham, West Sussex. I don't go there all the time, but I certainly try and go whenever chance allows for me. Or Shoreham by Sea, as it's so well known. Fortunately, it's easy for me to get the bus there, because the bus that runs within my locality of reach, it goes direct to Shoreham, fortunately enough. Or if I didn't get a bus that didn't go direct to Shoreham, I'd always make sure I'd get the Homebush Centre bus, be that of the, I always make sure I'd get to Homebush, and then I'd get on the Compass bus route 19 sometimes, and that would take me straight towards Shoreham Beach, which makes things even more wonderful. Because, you know, although if I were to go to Shoreham Beach on a nice day, but I wouldn't go sunbathing, because I don't sunbathe. But some people do, some people don't. I mean, my mother's has never sunbathed, and I've never sunbathed. I would maybe go just for a walk to the Shoreham beach only on a nice day generally. Sometimes I'd go in the spring, but if it was spring I'd be careful with the cold weather. In the summer I would go, yes, I'd just have to be careful not to get sunburnt. Even though I feel the cold a lot, I would not be exposing myself in short sleeves. I wouldn't do that. If it was 20-degree weather, it would make me too cold if I exposed myself. Because sadly, as one gets older, the colder you feel. The older I got, the colder I felt. Oh dear. Although some people will probably slam me for saying this, oh my goodness. But if it was 30-degree heat, I wouldn't go on the beach. Well, I mean, I would, but I would not expose myself and I wouldn't stay very long, because I am a little more susceptible to getting sunburnt. Sadly, despite having dark brown hair, although many people confuse me for having black hair, when in truth it's dark brown and dark brown eyes, I am really quite greatly susceptible to being sunburnt despite those features of mine. I don't think it can matter what one's hair colour or eye colour is. Think if one's got fair skin, or dependent on the texture type of one's skin, it can make them quite susceptible to being sunburnt. Not everybody, but some people have that susceptibility, I'm afraid. But everybody's different at the end of the day. But why I'm really doing this video in representation is because of the pictures I took whilst I was in Shoreham. And for those of you, and I thought some of you might be interested in seeing it. And certainly, without further ado, I thought I might show the imagery picture view representation of the Shoreham photographed pictures I took. And let's see this video rolling into action. For those of you who are interested in going on holiday to England within the United Kingdom, for those tourists, foreign tourists who are watching and are potentially wanting to take a nice holiday over in England, be it the summer of this year or in the spring or autumn of this year, or come throughout the next 2025 calendar year or the future years to come, or even 2030s, anytime you feel like it, or planning so, I would certainly recommend that oneself visit Shoreham, not just the beach or the church, but also visiting the nice little town of Shoreham and some nice little shops in Shoreham, some nice cafes and restaurants and things. And it also does represent, seeing the town itself, it really does represent the epitome of a true heritage English town, as well as a true heritage seaside port-like town too, in my very humble batch of opinions, And also why I thought I'd do this is because my friend Graham, since he's been to Shoreham himself a very great many times like myself, I know it would captivate his interest. So yes, those of you who have not been to Shoreham, or even those of you who live up and down the length and breadth of the United Kingdom but have never been to Shoreham before, I would certainly recommend oneself visit Shoreham. Always remember back in the day, in my childhood, when my grandparents took me to Shoreham, because I used to go to Shoreham with my grandparents when they lived in Portslade in the Brighton and Hove region. And my goodness, were those wonderful days. We'd always look at the houseboats, we'd go into the park, take a look at Shoreham Beach, have a look at the Shoreham town. Those days, those were the days back at the time. But I still visit Shoreham, even if it's on my own. It still brings back the wonderful memories that my mind sometimes very much can return to from time to time in the happiest way possible. But, yes, I thought I'd share with you my take on the West Sussex town of Shoreham. Thanks all indeed for watching. Please do let me know what your thoughts are on this very video in the comments down below. Thanks all indeed for watching, and I shall certainly see you in the very next video. Ta-ta, another time. From Foxy.